Whew. All right. Peace, and blessings, everybody. Haki Ami here, the success scholar. Dr. Haki Shakur Ami, the Honorable One Asafo, the success scholar. Thank you for tuning in, listening in. Boy. It's been an eventful day, sort of, kind of. So I want to just share, just some insights. For those who may not know, Dr. Haki Ami here from Baltimore, Maryland, Tubman City. We call it Tubman City. So I wanted to, just really, spark some knowledge and education, and it's have a lot of different thoughts on this topic. For those who may not know, that's outside of Baltimore. I'm active in the Baltimore area. Truly know who the different people are that's making things happen. But today, there was a major uh, news release. A senator from District 41, which happens to be my district, was indicted for um, conspiracy. Wait a minute. Let me see. Was indicted for extortion and conspiracy. Um, Now, I didn't know the senator as much. I mean, I just started to get to know her over the past 2 years, 2 or 3 years, working in that area, and really just attempted to build different alliances and educate myself about what's going on in and around Baltimore. I wear several hats, and with that, it's my duty to sort of network and really learn and interact with different communities and audiences. And so sometimes when you are in these spaces, you meet different people, right? But yes, this is a big story. Baltimore City State Senator Dalya Attar arrested. Now, this is a senator. Now, full disclosure, uh, the senator gave me like two citation awards. One when I received my honorary doctorate, and one when I got a nomination for a Freedom Fund Award from the Randallstown NAACP. And so, for that reason, I certainly was, cordial and open to, and when she was selected by the Central Committee, the reality was that she was the sitting senator, and I followed, and we followed each other on social media, and her team certainly followed me, and they offered me these citations. And just so people won't know, think that I go around soliciting citations all the time. That was not the case. I mean, I solicit citations for other people, not myself. Not, oh, I got an award, please give me a citation. And also, the other delegate that gave me a citation was Delegate Malcolm Ruff. Because I'm sorry, not Malcolm Ruff. Well, he gave me some citations as well, but that was for the the Ghana Independence Day. But what uh, Delegate Sean Stinnett. And so with that being said, and also I served with Brother Sean's wife Tammy on the Central Committee. I was elected to the Democratic State Central Committee. But so with that, y'all, I mean, now I do have the full. I did see this indictment. And do subscribe. Go follow me on Instagram. Success Scholar on Instagram, Success Scholar on, well, what am I on? Harambe, I'm sorry. Raising Constance and Capital on Instagram. No, Raising Constance Cast and Capital on YouTube, as well as Harambe Books and Haki Shakur Me on Facebook. So definitely check me out. But so I want to make just a few key points, but I wanted to put that disclosure out there, because it's not like, I mean, that I didn't know this senator or whatever, so I don't want to, I don't want to sound like I'm being like bashing directly, but, I want people to sort of get a good gist. But I recently discovered just this morning somebody else, I mean, let me tell you, somebody sent me that Ayo Kimathi, Irritated Genie, is running for the Senate seat. Now, I've known Ayo Kimathi, Irritated Genie, by for 2 decades now. Now he's gone through some different evolutions and shifts and changes, and so I'm not like in connect with him. But when you out there, just had different types of events, and throughout the Maryland area, you come across different people, right? And so we were kind of cool at some time, but I don't know how many people he's cool with anymore for variety of reasons, and I know that one of those reasons is kind of like his alliances with different figures in the white nationalist movement. He's done a Kanye West of sorts, and that's why I'm shocked that he's actually running as a Democrat. I didn't know that, I mean, I had to think about it like, okay, well, if he ran as a Republican in Baltimore City, nobody would give him like any like real attention anyway. So, but the question is, running as a Democrat, you definitely wasn't going to win. You're not going to win. So, because you're not from here, you weren't born and raised here, you have no friends or allies here, like really. So, generally speaking, from my political expertise, that's a absolute long shot. If nobody ever told you, it's definitely a far fetched. Generally speaking, most people, you got to have some money and some time in, or you got to know a lot of people growing up, and you got to cultivate a significant amount of relationships to be certainly viable in these spaces. But I had to think about like, and I want, this is deep. This is how deep this is. Like, so Ayo Kimathi signed to run on the 29th. Senator Dalya Attar was indicted on the 30th. Now, I'm not a conspiracy theory, but Ayo Kimathi worked previously at Department of Homeland Security. Now, I know, for instance, that he had a security clearance at one time and all of that. I know, for instance, that many people in various levels of federal government, they have, different beliefs. Some may have anti-Israel policies or agendas and ideas. And I'm not saying that there wasn't like a conspiracy going on against Senator Attar, but she got major recognition when she was the senator. She became the senator. She's the first and the highest ranking Orthodox Jewish woman and possibly Jewish person in the United States. I saw that she was on the cover of some Jewish newspapers at some time. Now, and the reason that I'm just like, like putting these two together, this Ayo Kimathi and this indictment at this time, is that Ayo Kimathi, I'm gonna call him Brother Genie, just so you know, just Irritated Genie, and you can hear there's a lot of material out here, a lot of footage on him, videos, YouTubes, and you can put Ayo Kimathi in, and you can see everything. I've done some videos. I haven't interviewed him in decades. I might have had him on like once or twice, maybe 15, 20 years ago or something to that effect. But um, I mean, and I never joined like the chorus of people who, said that he was an agent, right? I never like put that out there like that. I'm looking at this and I'm just like, how or when did you know about this indictment? And when and how did you know about this indictment? And when did you decide to run for office? Like, and you picked her district, obviously. But I'm just like, man, like, did somebody in the high level feds like tipped him off, and he took it upon himself to say he gonna run for that seat because you're not beating Malcolm Ruff. Like you're not gonna beat that brother. Like so, he's a strong lawyer, and definitely out there in the community, and he's already been, in the House seat. So I don't know ideologically what you're gonna say. You don't have relations in the community, like you don't know none of the community association people. So this must just be a kind of like a I'm just gonna run so that I can talk about the Jews type of thing. So I just have to assume that that's what this is actually about. So, um, I just thought that was a unique kind of spin, and he wrote several books. He wrote several books, over time, and they're worth looking at and evaluating and dissecting and debating for authenticity. Uh, Certainly, but one thing I do have to, critique with him is that there's no way that you're going to build a movement of Black people that are going to, hold on, let me pull it up. Hold on. Yes, somebody just texted me. Her own people set her up. Yeah, yes. Yes, this is not no disrespect, but see, like it's kind of like a Jewish on Jewish thing. Like, I mean, not no disrespect, but this whole thing was like wild. Like, I mean, I'm looking at the report. I pray, she does have two small children. Um, I mean, but and I am aware, for instance, that sometimes, you know, Israel intelligence agencies do, some kind of things that they think they above laws. Like I mean, so and the reason I mention this is because in this indictment, y'all, but let me finish talking about this why Black people aren't gonna like rock with Ayo Kimathi, Irritated Genie. This is why you're not gonna get rock with, brother. Oh, wait a minute. You were about, let me find it. You were about to, here it is. You are going to have a conversation. Can Black people and white people work together to defeat our common enemy? You are going to have a conversation with none other than David Duke. There was supposed to be a Ayo Kimathi, the Irritated Genie of Southeast, author of Jews Are the Problem, with David Duke. So I'm enlightening some of y'all because many of you may not be as well rounded. When you go to places like Everyone's Place, bookstore, you listen to the Carl Nelson show, you kind of get introduced to many different uh, ideologies and philosophies. And, it takes a wise, and let me just say, for discernment, sometimes I went into some unique areas of thought, that may not necessarily be as practical, shall I say. So, I had some different types of affiliations and may have been persuaded in different ways to, think about the world and until you actually get out and talk to people and listen and you develop your own consciousness and awareness, you may be just a follower. But I wanted to put that out there because many people may not know that Ayo Kimathi had this conversation or was tentatively going to have this conversation with David Duke. So, but so yeah, but this indictment, this sounds crazy. This definitely House of Cards like times 10. So let me pull this up. Victim one was a dual citizen of United States and Israel and a resident of Israel. Victim one was a paid political consultant working on the campaigns of candidates of both federal and state office. Victim one worked as a consultant for candidates from the Republican and the Democrat. So this is deep, y'all. This is deep. I don't know, and I ain't gonna keep talking about Ayo, but I'm like, how he get all up in this? Like, who's tipping him off? Victim one was a paid political consultant for Dalya Attar's 2018 candidacy for the House of Delegates shortly before the election. Victim one involvement with Dalya Attar's campaign was discontinued after a disagreement. After leaving the campaign, Victim one was known by Dalya Attar and her associates to be unsupportive of Dalya Attar's candidacy for office. Victim two was a resident of Baltimore City, Maryland. At the same point, Victim two had a romantic relationship with Victim one, even though Victim two was married to another person. Lord. The Hebrew word shidduchim refers to a system of matchmaking in which members of the Orthodox Jewish community are introduced to each other for the purpose of marriage. Shadchan is a Jewish professional matchmaker. So I don't know what or why they put that in there. So, unless they were trying to hook Victim one and Victim two up. So the conspiracy from Dalya Attar, Joseph Attar, that's her brother, in Finkelstein. Finkelstein is the police officer. They knowingly, willingly combine, conspire, confederate, and agree with each other and with others known and unknown to the grand jury, collectively co-conspirators to commit the following against the United States, namely, transmit interstate and foreign commerce communication containing a threat to injure property or reputation of addressee. Oh, shoot. My battery about to die. So, all right. Well, I think I left my charger outside, but so this is in the Washington Post. So you all can look at it. Definitely encourage everybody to I ain't gonna encourage everybody to read up on it. I just, there were some things in there about bugging a car, bugging a house, putting videos in a in a smoke detector, like all kind of stuff. But I don't know if this is like, are these like felonies? Like, I can't, I don't know. But sometimes people skirt the laws about certain things, and we need to be sure when you are out here doing things that you're not crossing lines and making threats. And sometimes you have to tone down your rhetoric. And so with that being said, good luck with everyone. I just wanted to report. Do subscribe to my channels. Do support different movements that I'm affiliated with. I didn't say anything about where I'm speaking. Didn't say anything about any organization that I'm affiliated with, any occupation, any movements that I said. So I'm speaking on behalf of myself as a resident in the city of Baltimore. So make sure that I did that, and I'm just reporting today's news. I wanted to put a full disclosure on that. I mentioned, my relationships with the senators and the delegates as well. And, I was trying to be objectionable right now. It's not looking good from what I see from this indictment. It looks wild, like some House of Cards stuff, y'all. Like, so it's crazy. So I was like, man, who thought that they could do this, like, for real? So, man. So, all right, y'all. But I'm grateful to keep doing the work. And do share this with those who may not know. Do look up this Ayo Kimathi. Like, he popped up and is running in the 41st district, and nobody knows him but me. Like, really, truly, probably nobody in the 41st district knows him. But he done some good work. I know I know him from the decency movement. Trying to stop people from using the N word. So, I don't want to just throw him under the bus like that, and say that, because I haven't heard him speak, but I assume that he's running just so he can come and talk about this Jewish thing that he always talk about, and that's all he wants to talk about nowadays. So, all right, so that's all, y'all. But the Black community, we need resources. We need food, clothing, shelter, education, medication, and self-defense. That's what we need. We need, true thinkers that understand these different processes, and there are real issues that top other issues in my life and many others. So that's all I want to say, y'all. Peace and blessings.